And first up, we've got breaking news coming in on that controversy over Mahendra Singh Dhoni's gloves. BCCI's Vinod Rai has confirmed that they've written to the ICC over the gloves controversy. So after the ICC sought action by the BCCI confirming that they've now written a letter in response to the ICC. Here's what Vinod Rai told us.
I'll speak to you when I speak to you when I...
Sir, but the ICC is going to write to ICC, sir. Is it that BCCI?
We have already written.
You have already written. Remanding. So what you have... Please, sir, please. Mr. I would appreciate if you can...
Radhika Apte is joining us with more details on this entire controversy that's been playing out over the last few hours. Radhika, I'm sure you've had time to look at the kind of reactions that have come in. Many of them really divided on this entire controversy, considering what the ICC rules very clearly state on this. Does the BCCI really have the option of, looking the other way or writing to the ICC and saying Dhoni must be allowed to keep those gloves on?
See, they always had the right to write to the ICC and seek permission. They in fact did that when the Indian team wore camouflage hats after the Pulwama attack. They had taken permission from the ICC prior to doing what they actually did. So if Dhoni was going to sport the symbol on his gloves, the BCCI should have ideally written to the ICC before the act happened. They can seek permission now. The ICC, of course, has the right to deny the permission. But the fact that you're seeking permission after doing something which is against the ICC's rules doesn't really work in the favor of the BCCI. Of course, there's a divided opinion. People are emotional. Athletes are saying that, they should be allowed to probably support agendas that they do. But this is a rule, and like you mentioned, MS Dhoni is not the first cricketer that has been questioned by the ICC. It's not that the ICC is against the BCCI or Indian cricketers. They asked England cricketer Moeen Ali to remove also the messaging that he had on his wristband. He was talking about Palestine. That was a humanitarian cause as well. It was said it's not anything to do with a political statement. So once again, it's a very subjective thing. The ICC might consider it a political statement, but the fact that the BCCI sought permission after Dhoni already sported the symbol, that does in fact go against the BCCI's cause.
Right. Radhika, just stay with us. Let's listen into more reactions. Here's what Rajesh Shukla has to say on this entire controversy.
It is not a commercial endorsement, nor a religious thing. It's only about country's pride. So I don't think ICC should raise any objection on it. And I hope that CEO will definitely speak to ICC to reconsider it and should not put a ban on it. Because it's about nationalistic thing. It has got nothing to do with any commercial arrangement. The, the reservations and the ban is on if you go for any competitive commercial endorsement. That is not there in this case. So I think it should be allowed.
And Radhika, here's what Mr. Rajesh Shukla says. He says that as per the ICC norms, they clearly state that any symbol that's political or religious cannot be allowed. You talk about the insignia on MS Dhoni's gloves. It is that Balidan badge. It is an army insignia, and that's where several people are arguing that possibly this can be something that the ICC can ignore and not take action on.
First of all, I'd just like to add that the ICC has in fact issued a statement saying that they have not received any communication from the BCCI yet. Okay. So the fact that Vinod Rai said that, we've already written to the ICC, as far as the ICC is concerned, they haven't gotten any communication. To the fact to give MS Dhoni the permission to wear that again on Sunday doesn't really arise yet. Secondly, the fact that you mentioned that it's a symbol that is sported by the army. Now remember, when the Indian cricket team wore those camouflage hats, there was a lot of objection that was raised by the Pakistan Cricket Board saying that it is a political statement. Of course, at that point of time, the BCCI, who had written to the ICC, had said that we are wearing those hats as a way to raise money for victims of the attack. So this time around, there has been no communication. Like I said, it is a sort of subjective matter. If the ICC considers a message like Save Palestine as well as a political statement, they can consider this insignia as a political statement. This is a tournament where there were a lot of questions about India playing Pakistan.
Radhika, if we can just also focus right now on what you told us earlier about the ICC issuing that statement and confirming that they haven't received any letter from the BCCI. We're just putting out that information also on our screens.
Yes, in fact, this is Claire Furlong, who is the ICC's general manager, and she has said that as of now, I don't know, it needs to be considered, but they haven't received a communication. Now, in order for them to consider, of course, the BCCI needs to give a detailed account as to why it is neither a political statement nor a religious or a racist, whatever falls under the ICC's guidelines. Even then, even if the BCCI is able to deliver all of that, it is in ICC's prerogative to deny BCCI the permission. And in that case, it's not like MS Dhoni can go ahead and defy the ICC. This is a tournament where you need to follow the rules and regulations. Everything from going to dope tests to wearing the, even your jerseys. Every jersey that a player plays is undergone under scrutiny from the ICC. They check for everything that is on that jersey. So all this is checked way before the tournament starts. So ideally, this permission should have been sought by the BCCI before the permission started, before the jerseys had gone in, before the colours, the sponsors, everything happens. Rajesh Shukla coming out and saying it's not a commercial endorsement doesn't really, do away from the fact that you are sporting, you're trying to send across a message. Even if it could be a personal charity for a player. Whatever it is, you have to seek permission, and the BCCI never did it. So the ICC is not wrong on their part. But the BCCI is saying that they have written now to the ICC. The ICC, whenever they reach, the communication reaches them. It's not reached them right now. Whenever it does reach them, they will then consider whether they want to give MS Dhoni the permission or not.
All right, Radhika, do stay on with us. A number of reactions also that have come in on this entire controversy. Dhoni's coach, Bhattacharya, also spoke to India today and said that even though MSD's sentiment should be respected, sport rules must be respected as well, and that is supreme. Take a look.
आईसीसी अगर इस तरह से कुछ ऐसा बात है, अगर परमिट नहीं करती है, तो हमको नहीं लगता ये बहुत बड़ा इशू है, वो हटा देगा। नहीं, ऐसा बात नहीं है, ऐसा बात नहीं है, छोटी सी बात है, इसको बड़ा बना दिया गया है। उन्होंने वो ऐसा सोच के नहीं, उन्होंने सम्मान दिया, एक आर्मी को सम्मान दिया है, और कोई बात नहीं है। इसमें भावना और जज्बा को कदर करनी चाहिए।
Now, we also spoke to several sports persons about this entire controversy, what they feel is really the right stand on this. Here's a look at some of those reactions.
एक खिलाड़ी है, खिलाड़ी के भाव होते हैं देश के प्रति, उसकी फौज के प्रति। तो धोनी भाई फौज से जुड़े भी हुए हैं, तो मेरे ख्याल से उन्होंने इसी तरीके से पहना होगा कि फौज का भी मोटिवेशन बना रहे और मेरे को वो जो जज्बा है वो मिलता रहे। और ये बहुत छोटी बातें होती हैं, मेरे ख्याल से किसी लोगों ने शिकायत की होगी, उसी के आधार पर बीसीसीआई ने ये काम किया होगा। क्योंकि हम भी ओलंपिक खेलते रहे हैं और मैं सेल का हमेशा लगा के लोगों खेलता रहा हूँ, तो किसी ने भी मेरे को नहीं रोका है। जब कोई आदमी इंटरफेयर करता है तो ही ये चीजें होती है, तो किसी ने इंटरफेयर किया होगा, इसी कारण बीसीसीआई ने ये कदम उठाया। तो जब कोई संस्था जिस रूल को बना दे उसी के माध्यम से उसको चलाना चाहिए और चलना चाहिए, खिलाड़ी को भी चलना चाहिए। मगर ये गेम के बाद हुआ ना ये सारी चीजें, तो ना जो मैच हुआ उसके बाद ही तो ये चीजें हुई हैं, तो बीच में भी ये चीजें हो सकती थी, बीच में भी ये प्रोटेस्ट उठ सकता था और बीसीसीआई के में अधिकार है कि बीच में भी उसको निकलवा सकते थे, मैच के बीच में भी। तो ये नहीं है, ये तो बाद में ही कुछ ये हुआ है। और मैं धोनी भाई को सपोर्ट करता हूँ कि उन्होंने देश के को हमेशा गौरवान्वित किया है।
बच्चे को धोनी ने कोई बुरा काम तो नहीं किया है, मैं तो समझता हूँ कि उसने आर्मी को और जो हमारे जवान हैं, ऑफिसर्स हैं आर्मी के, उनको इज्जत और मान दिया है। इसमें क्या बुरी बात है? अगर आज मिल्खा सिंह का नाम दुनिया भर में है, इंडिया का नाम दुनिया भर में है, तो वो आर्मी की वजह से है। तो मैं कहता हूँ धोनी ने कोई बुरा काम नहीं किया, बहुत अच्छा काम किया उसने। अगर ये लोगो लगाया है तो क्या हो गया? अगर इसमें क्या बुरी बात की है उसने? तो ये बोर्ड को सोचना चाहिए, देखना चाहिए। जो भी लोग ये रूल पे ये चीजें उठा रहे हैं, तो मैं तो समझता हूँ कि उनको समझना चाहिए कि इन्होंने तो उसने हमारी आर्मी के जवानों का इज्जत और मान बढ़ाया है, कोई बुरी बात नहीं की है। आपको मालूम होना चाहिए कि लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल का ऑनररी रैंक दिया हुआ है उसने आर्मी ने धोनी को। अगर उसने ये काम किया है तो मैं समझता हूँ कि कोई बुरी बात नहीं है, उनको इस तरह से सीरियस नहीं लेना चाहिए चीजों को।
No, I think it's definitely a wonderful gesture from Dhoni, but at the same time, I think it's important to follow and obey rules and regulation and laws of the game. So, if the laws of cricket, I'm not expert in cricket, so if the laws of cricket and laws and rules of cricket does not permit, then I think as a player he should not be wearing it, because if you start somewhere and then I think open a lot of other controversies in the future as well. So I think for every player no matter how big or small the player is, the laws of the game is very, very important, and that has to be followed. I can understand people here, I think, and we all feel very patriotic about our country, and we all, I personally can understand people's sentiment. But at the same time, as you said, it's important to really respect the laws of the game, and I'm sure, as I said, I'm sure Dhoni might be aware of laws of the game of cricket, and if the laws of the game allows it, then I'm sure he should wear it. And for any player, as I said again, he has to go by the laws of the game, and that is very, very important. And I think it's important. We can be still sentimental and patriotic, but at the end of the day, I think as a player, nothing is above respecting and honoring the laws.
According to you, like ICC has asked BCCI to remove the army badge from Dhoni's glove. So what do you think? What is your opinion as a cricketer?
Yeah, see, I don't see any problem in it, to be honest, because there has been so many instances where different types of caps has been worn as well. So at that point of time, there was no issue at all, whether it was a bilateral series or whatever. But it happened on the field of ground, so there should not be any issue. If someone is showing their love and that respect towards something, it should be not taken in a different way.
Okay, so do you think that Dhoni should continue wearing those gloves in the next match against Australia?
Yes, I believe so, and he should not change to any other gloves, because he being doing such a thing, showing tremendous amount of respect to the army people, not only army people, to rest of the people who work towards serving the country, and he brings so much of smile and so much of happiness to those people, which I think ICC needs to understand as well. It's not only about rules and regulations. Sometimes you have to look beyond rules and regulations.
And Radhika Tongar is still with us for the latest updates on this. Radhika, I just want to understand from you. You were telling us earlier that there was a similar controversy that played out with Moeen Ali when he had in fact sported wristbands which said Save Gaza and Free Palestine. These bands, he was suspended for this. Now, if this stalemate continues and MS Dhoni wears these gloves for the match on Sunday, would that mean tougher action possibly by the ICC? Could he face suspension?
See, of course, this is not a standoff that either the BCCI or the ICC wants. MS Dhoni is an international cricketer. He understands the rules. So the fact that the BCCI sought permission, the ICC will look into the matter. If that permission is not given, I don't think he's going to wear those gloves. The only problem here is, and I understand the sentiments, all these bites that we've shown as an athlete, when the Indian flag goes up, you're extremely proud, you want to show your patriotism. The problem here only is that you never sought permission for it. And the fact that the BCCI had earlier done a similar thing, it's not that they were unaware about the rule. That is the only place where the ICC stands. That is the only point of contention. Now that the BCCI said they've written to it, the ICC, whenever they consider the matter, next match is on Sunday. If they do not by then come up with a decision, I don't think MS Dhoni will wear those gloves, because it is an ICC sanctioned tournament. There are rules and regulations. Unless the permission is given, of course, there are going to be repercussions if you don't follow them. So MS Dhoni, of course, being the captain of the team in the past, he's led the team, he understands all these things. He would not want to blow this controversy up. The fact that the BCCI sought permission late is the only issue of contention here. The ICC may consider it a non-political statement and give MS Dhoni the permission to wear that insignia on his gloves. That's not the issue. The only issue is that the permission should have been sought prior to the messaging that MS Dhoni displayed on his gloves.
This is a catch-22 situation of sorts, because as you said, there is the sentiment of all these Indians who believe that Dhoni should be wearing this with pride. And on the other hand, you have protocol, you have the rules that have very clearly been laid down by the ICC. Can the BCCI and will the BCCI, Radhika, actually go out there very openly take a stand for MS Dhoni?
Like we just played out Vinod Rai's bite, they have of course written to the ICC seeking their permission. We need to also understand that BCCI is a very strong member of that ICC body. You know, they are one of the strongest, the top three. They are always, there is always that contention amongst the other boards that BCCI gets favourable treatment by the ICC. That was the point of contention for the Pakistan Cricket Board. In fact, the last time ICC gave permission to the BCCI to wear those camouflage hats in that match against Australia. So, of course, all that is there. The BCCI, may be able to explain their position, explain why it's not a political statement and MS Dhoni should be allowed. So, BCCI is a strong member of that body. They have enough representation there. Remember, it is an Indian that leads the ICC as well. So, all that is going to be considered. There are still a few days for that match on Sunday. So, we might just see MS Dhoni come out with that insignia on his gloves again. The BCCI has the power to do it. The BCCI should probably have been more proactive is the question here. This controversy would never have broken in that case.
Right, Radhika, do stay with us. Let's listen in once again to what BCCI's Vinod Rai had to say on the BCCI stand on this issue, and also Rajesh Shukla, who's spoken out in favour of MS Dhoni.
I'll speak to you when I speak to you when I...
Sir, but the ICC is going to write to ICC, sir. Is it that BCCI...
We have already written.
You have already written. Remanding...
So what you have...
Sir? Please, sir, please. Mr. I would appreciate if you can...
It is not a commercial endorsement, nor a religious thing. It's only about country's pride. So I don't think ICC should raise any objection on it. And I hope that CEO will definitely speak to ICC to reconsider it and should not put a ban on it, because it's about nationalistic thing. It has got nothing to do with any commercial arrangement. The the reservations and the ban is on if you go for any competitive commercial endorsement. That is not there in this case. So I think it should be allowed.
You know, Radhika, there are a number of reactions coming in on social media as well that the ICC must keep in mind the sentiments of Indians and the likes. But can really the ICC afford to now dismiss this? The BCCI and, you've got several experts saying that, look, this is an apolitical symbol and hence the ICC can possibly ignore it. But will they then be accused of favoritism as well?
You're absolutely right out there. It is a problematic situation for the ICC. If they do consider it a non-political statement, they will probably let MS Dhoni wear it. It's of course not a commercial endorsement as well, like Rajesh Shukla also pointed out. There are no monetary considerations there. But the problem again, like I mentioned, the last time also ICC gave permission, the Pakistan Cricket Board was really angry about it. There were members who in fact, the PCB wrote to the ICC asking why are they given preferential treatment to the BCCI. So yet again, those fingers will be raised on the ICC if they do go ahead and give the permission to the BCCI. All that needs to be seen is how strongly is the ICC able to word their response to the critics of this decision. The ICC has been impartial. Like I said, if they banned Moeen Ali from doing it, then probably there will be comparisons. There's no doubt of that. There will be people who will come out and said that the ICC let MS Dhoni wear that insignia on the gloves, while once again a humanitarian message is what Moeen Ali had said at that point of time. And in fact, the on-field umpires had not found it to be anything but a humanitarian cause. But yet again, the ICC did go against that. So there will be those who will question it. But like I said, the BCCI is a powerful body in world cricket. So how much does the ICC really want to resist it, and how convinced are they by the letter that Vinod Rai has in fact written to the ICC? We will have to see. Like I said, Sunday is not really far behind. MS Dhoni, of course, doesn't like being involved in controversies. He loves doing all these things. The last time, in fact, I keep mentioning those camouflage hats. That idea was MS Dhoni's idea. So it's not that he's doing this for the first time. He really displays his love for the armed forces. But he would not want to be involved in a controversy. It's the World Cup. India has only played one match. Unless that permission is given, I don't expect him to wear the insignia on Sunday.
No, but Radhika, that incident that you mentioned, which happened a few months back, soon after the Pulwama attack, where all of them, the entire team, was sporting those camouflage caps. What happened after that? Because then too, the ICC had stepped in, but the BCCI had made it very clear that they stand by the team's decision. What played out then?
Yeah, so the difference between that and this time is that before wearing those camouflage hats, the BCCI had written to the ICC saying that it is a charitable cause. We are donating money to the victims of the Pulwama attack, and for that, to raise money for charity, we want to sport these camouflage hats. It's not a political statement. But like I said, the Pakistan Cricket Board did not consider it so. They were really upset. They said that the ICC favored BCCI, that these things should be stopped. In fact, the ICC should take a stand against the BCCI. So the Pakistan Cricket Board had a post saying it wasn't a case for charity, getting money for charity. It was a political statement. Now that is where the standoff was. But since the ICC had already given permission to the BCCI, there was nothing that's really transpired apart from the fact that the PCB was a really angry body. The Pakistan Cricket Board, in fact, at that point of time had also lost a case against the BCCI. There was a lot of money that they had to repay as, damages. So that way the BCB, anyways, not in great relations with the ICC, not really happy with the way the ICC has been handling everything. So they showed their discontent. Now that is what could happen yet again if ICC does give the permission. The Pakistan Cricket Board could go ahead and write to the ICC saying that it is unfair and it is partial. Remember, the Indian Cricket Board, in fact, had written to the ICC asking them to ban Pakistan cricket when the Pulwama attacks happened. So there is, of course, this fighting between the two boards. They're not playing bilateral series. There are, of course, political reasons for that. So do expect, it's not going to be surprising if the Pakistan Cricket Board comes and once again says that the ICC, in giving permission to MS Dhoni, if they do so, have been partial.
Absolutely, but the counter that's coming on Twitter, on social media, over the insignia that you see on your screens there on MS Dhoni's gloves when Team India was playing South Africa. The BCCI, this is the latest update that we're getting you. The BCCI has confirmed that they're putting their weight behind MS Dhoni. The first reaction coming in from the body is Vinod Rai.
I'll speak to you when I speak to you when
Sir, but the ICC has given to write to ICC, sir. Is it that BCCI?
We have already written.
You have already written. Reminding. So what you have, sir? Please, sir, please. Mr. I would appreciate if you can.
It is not a commercial endorsement, nor a religious thing. It's only about country's pride. So I don't think ICC should raise any objection on it, and I hope that CEO will definitely speak to ICC to reconsider it and should not put a ban on it, because it's about nationalistic thing. It has got nothing to do with any commercial arrangement. The the reservations and the ban is on if you go for any competitive commercial endorsement. That is not there in this case. So I think it should be allowed.
Now, Dhoni's coach, Chanchal Bhattacharya, also spoke to India today, and he said that even though MSD sentiment must be respected, in sport, rules are supreme. Take a look at this exclusive conversation.
ICC अगर इस तरह से कुछ ऐसा बात है, अगर परमिट नहीं करती है, तो हमको नहीं लगता ये बहुत बड़ा इशू है, वो हटा देगा. नहीं, ऐसा बात नहीं है, ऐसा बात नहीं है. छोटी सी बात है, इसको बड़ा बना दिया गया है. उन्होंने वैसा सोच के नहीं, उन्होंने सम्मान दिया है, आर्मी को सम्मान दिया है, और कोई बात नहीं है. इसमें भावना और जज्बा को कदर करनी चाहिए.
Now, this entire issue has everyone divided. Take a look at social media and you'll see the kind of reactions that are coming in on this controversy. But here's what some sportspersons had to say.
एक खिलाड़ी है, खिलाड़ी के भाव होते हैं देश के प्रति, उसकी फौज के प्रति. तो धोनी भाई फौज से जुड़े भी हुए हैं, तो मेरे ख्याल से उन्होंने इसी तरीके से पहना होगा कि फौज का भी मोटिवेशन बना रहे और मेरे को वो जो जज्बा है वो मिलता रहे. और ये बहुत छोटी बातें होती हैं. मेरे ख्याल से किसी लोगों ने शिकायत की होगी, उसी के आधार पर बीसीसीआई ने ये काम किया होगा. क्योंकि हम भी ओलंपिक खेलते रहे हैं और मैं सेल का हमेशा लगा के लोगों खेलता रहा हूँ, तो किसी ने भी मेरे को नहीं रोका है. जब कोई आदमी इंटरफेयर करता है तो ही ये चीजें होती है, तो किसी ने इंटरफेयर किया होगा, इसी कारण बीसीसीआई ने ये कदम उठाया. जब कोई संस्था जिस रूल को बना दे उसी के माध्यम से उसको चलाना चाहिए और चलना चाहिए, खिलाड़ी को भी चलना चाहिए. मगर ये गेम के बाद हुआ ना ये सारी चीजें, तो ना जो मैच हुआ उसके बाद ही तो ये चीजें हुई हैं. तो बीच में भी ये चीजें हो सकती थी, बीच में भी ये प्रोटेस्ट उठ सकता था और बीसीसीआई के में अधिकार है कि बीच में भी उसको निकलवा सकते थे, मैच के बीच में भी. तो ये नहीं है, ये तो बाद में ही कुछ ये हुआ है। और मैं धोनी भाई को सपोर्ट करता हूँ कि उन्होंने देश के को हमेशा गौरवान्वित किया है।
बच्चे को धोनी ने कोई बुरा काम तो नहीं किया है। मैं तो समझता हूँ कि उसने आर्मी को और जो हमारे जवान हैं, ऑफिसर्स हैं आर्मी के, उनको इज्जत और मान दिया है। इसमें क्या बुरी बात है? अगर आज मिल्खा सिंह का नाम दुनिया भर में है, इंडिया का नाम दुनिया भर में है, तो वो आर्मी की वजह से है। तो मैं कहता हूँ धोनी ने कोई बुरा काम नहीं किया, बहुत अच्छा काम किया उसने। अगर ये लोगो लगाया है तो क्या हो गया? अगर इसमें क्या बुरी बात की है उसने? तो ये बोर्ड को सोचना चाहिए, देखना चाहिए। जो भी लोग ये रूल पे ये चीजें उठा रहे हैं, तो मैं तो समझता हूँ कि उनको समझना चाहिए कि इन्होंने तो उसने हमारी आर्मी के जवानों का इज्जत और मान बढ़ाया है, कोई बुरी बात नहीं की है। आपको मालूम होना चाहिए कि लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल का ऑनररी रैंक दिया हुआ है उसने आर्मी ने धोनी को। अगर उसने ये काम किया है तो मैं समझता हूँ कि कोई बुरी बात नहीं है। उनको इस तरह से सीरियस नहीं लेना चाहिए चीजों को।
No, I think it's definitely a wonderful gesture from Dhoni, but at the same time, I think it's important to follow and obey rules and regulation and laws of the game. So, if the laws of cricket, I'm not expert in cricket, though, if the laws of cricket and laws and rules of cricket does not permit, then I think as a player he should not be wearing it, because if you start somewhere and then I think open a lot of other controversies in the future as well. So I think for every player, no matter how big or small the player is, the laws of the game is very, very important, and that has to be followed. I can understand people here, I think, and we all feel very patriotic about our country, and we all, I personally can understand people's sentiment. But at the same time, as you said, it's important to really respect the laws of the game, and I'm sure, as I said, I'm sure Dhoni might be aware of laws of the game of cricket, and if the laws of the game allows it, then I'm sure he should wear it. And for any player, as I said again, he has to go by the laws of the game, and that is very, very important. And I think it's important. We can be still sentimental and patriotic, but at the end of the day, I think as a player, nothing is above respecting and honoring the laws.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.